sky is blue, a Sunday afternoon, she doesn't know what.
Hello, good afternoon and welcome to Carol's Universe, tarot readings from the heart. So today's reading, love and romance reading for October 2014 is for the zodiac sign of Capricorn. So Capricorns, just to let you know how these readings work, because obviously I have the general readings that I do, the overall readings for the month of October, and I've also introduced this little facet onto my channel too, which is love and romance readings for all the zodiac signs. Usually with the general readings I would pre-shuffle the cards, so I would shuffle them off camera and select 8 cards intuitively for that month. With the love and romance reading, what I do is, again, I shuffle the cards off screen, because it takes a little bit of time to get rid of previous vibrations of other readings, and then I'll pick one card out, and that will serve as your card for the month of October, so, and obviously subsequent months afterwards. So what I'll do is each month I'll shuffle the cards and just pick one card for the love and romance readings, and I'll use that just to guide me into what I think is going to happen romantically to you through that month. After that reading, I will then use my Romance Angels Oracle cards by Doreen Virtue. There's 44 cards in this deck, and I'll shuffle those on screen and pick a card out which will serve as your message card from the angels concerning your love life in October. So I hope that makes sense to you all. So here we go. What is the card that I picked for you guys for the month of October 2014 regarding your love life? It's not a great card. It's the Seven of Swords. The Seven of Swords on the Rider-Waite pack usually shows a guy, some dude running off with a few swords. There's 7 swords and he's running off, I can't remember with how many of them, but he's running off with a few of the swords. So he's being quite deceptive and he's being quite dishonest and he's basically a thief. Now, I think that this love reading, I'm going to try and keep it quite short and concise, but I think a lot of it kind of relates to people who are in a relationship, and I don't want to put a downer on anybody's relationship at all, but I think this has to do with, I mean, there's all sorts of ways that you can interpret the Seven of Swords in terms of love, because there are just so many meanings to it, but I think that the strongest meanings for this card in terms of your love life, Capricorn, for the month of October 2014 is to do with trust issues, and I think it's to do with potential deception going on, and it could be on either side. So it could either be you, the one that's doing the deceiving, or it could be your partner that's doing the deceiving. So i.e. they might be cheating on you, you might be cheating on them, they might be putting the wool over your eyes, they may be deceiving you about something, and I think that ties in potentially with the trust issues going on in October, and I think that for a lot of you Capricorns out there, or for some of you Capricorns out there, if you have a feeling in October or even way before that, that potentially your partner's been cheating on you or you've been cheating on them, then I think that the main thing with this card is about opening up and being honest, because this is a dishonest card. It shows a dishonest situation going on, somebody running off with something without opening up and being honest about what they're doing. You know, they're being deceptive, they're looking around to see, has anybody seen me do this, and they're scarping off with the goods. And I think that definitely for some of you Capricorns in October, if you have trust issues going on in your relationship at the moment, you know, it might be a case of that you're worried that your partner is doing a bit of cheating on you, or they're lying to you, or they're holding something back with you, then I think that instead of kind of keeping it in, you need to kind of air your views, and you need to be honest about your fears, because it could be nothing. It could all be in the mind. It could be something to do with past issues you've been feeling, going on from maybe, situations that have happened to you in the past. But it could also be very real. It just depends. This card has so many meanings to it, and I don't really want to go through all of them because we'd be here forever. But what I would definitely say is, if you feel that your partner is cheating on you, if you feel that they're being deceptive, if you feel that, they're not being honest with you, that they're pulling the wool over your eyes, that there is something going on there that you feel uneasy about, that there are trust issues going on, then I think that this card definitely serves as advice to say, you need to sort it out, you need to be open, you need to ask the questions, and you need to kind of face that fear. In turn, again, it could mean that you're being deceptive, it could mean that you're being dishonest, it could mean that you're cheating behind your partner's back. And again, in October, I think that this card is saying you need to be honest about that. you need to be honest about that. You need to be upfront and honest about the state of play within your relationship. You know, this card also talks about potentially running away from something. So who's running away from something? Is it you or your partner? You know, are you not facing the music? Are you not facing up to something? So this card, I think, in terms of your love reading and romance reading for the month of October, is basically about running away from something and owning up to something. So if you're running away from something, if you're running away from the truth of something, from the truth of a matter, if you're kind of burying your head in the sand, hoping it's going to go away, it's probably not, and you need to face up to it. And if you're the one that's being dishonest, you need to own up to it. And if you feel that, or if you feel that your partner's being dishonest, then you need to open up, be honest, and get them to own up to it. I think for people who are single and potentially looking for love, I didn't really know how to kind of to interpret this. The only thing I could say about it is, again, it's about trust issues. So if you're single and you're looking for love, maybe it starts with you. Maybe trust issues start with you. Maybe your inability, if you're a Capricorn that's had an inability to find love, I think this card could say something like, maybe you need to face up to who you are, and you need to face up to your own shortcomings instead of hiding and running and being dishonest about what you want in life. You need to face the music with who you are before you can actually have that love coming in. And I think, again, it even means that potentially if there is somebody that you're interested in, instead of running away from it and showing disinterest and pretending that you're not interested in them, you need to kind of own up to it, open up to it, instead of hiding from it and running away from a situation or somebody that you're interested in. You need to be honest with them and tell them that you are, because they might just go off somewhere else. So I would definitely say, maybe for some of you single people, some of you single Capricorns in the month of October, that potentially somebody may come in. This card doesn't really infer that anybody rock solid is going to come in. I've got to be honest, it's not one of those cards. This card really talks about trust issues and deceit and lies and all that type of thing, and it's not a great card. But I would say that there is the potential maybe for someone to come into your life, single Capricorn. But if you are interested, if somebody does come in who's of interest to you, you need to open up. Don't hide, don't run from your feelings, open up about it. If you've got trust issues going on, then you need to kind of examine those. And if, you know, you're finding it difficult to kind of communicate potentially with people or someone that you're interested in simply because of how you're feeling inside, you either need to, you know, look into yourself and wait until there is a right time to get with someone, or approach the person. Don't run from it. Don't deceive yourself about it. Just be honest about the situation and approach them, or else somebody else might snap them up. So that's your love reading, Capricorn, for the month of October. And what I'm going to do now, I'm using my Romance Angels. I just showed you this pack of cards. And I'm going to shuffle the cards, which will serve as, and I'm going to pick one card which is going to serve as a message card from the angels regarding your love life. So let me just get my cards here. Here they are. Pretty nice. And let's just shuffle these cards. I'm not going to shuffle them for ages, by the way, because I'm shuffling on camera, so I'm going to try and make it a quick shuffle. I'd like to shuffle them for ages because I kind of like the feeling of shuffling cards, but because for the purposes of timing and the reading, I'm going to just give them a... Okay, and what we're going to do, we're going to take the one from the top deck. How interesting is that one? This situation involves a marriage, wedding. Okay. So let's have a look what this... I mean, this is completely at odds of the reading that I've just given to you concerning your love life, but this spans across the whole of the Capricorn community. So for some of you Capricorns, your relationships could deal with deceit and lies and distrust and, you know, not knowing whether to trust yourself and running away from stuff. And for some of you Capricorns, it could literally be a wedding. So let's have a look. Oh, forgot to say I'm using my Romance Angels Oracle Cards guidance book, so I'm just going to have a look what she says about wedding, what the angels say about wedding. So you drew this card because of an upcoming wedding, your own or someone else's. It comes to you because marriage plays a role in the answer to your question. For some people, this card could be a validation that you will get married and ask you to keep the faith and continue enjoying your life without worry about your future marital status. For others, this card signals that you'll meet a significant other at an upcoming wedding or experience something there that will lead to new romance for you. It can also represent your parents' marriage and the way it affected your feelings and beliefs about relationships. So I suppose for some of you Capricorns, that could be maybe something that was relating to what I was talking about in feelings from the past and how potentially they're affecting how you're viewing your relationship at the moment. In a few cases, this card asks you to look at your present and past marriages and review your feelings with the intention of healing your heart and your relationship. Perhaps it's time to enlist a marital counsellor to help you both sort out how you feel. And sometimes this card can signal the end of a marriage, in which case the angels support everyone involved as you come to an understanding about the experience and renew your heart's willingness to love. So that's a very interesting card. Yeah, I mean, certainly this card infers that for some of you Capricorns, you're going to be getting married. Maybe you're going to attend somebody else's wedding, meet someone there. But it does also speak about maybe, you know, for some of you Capricorns, if you aren't having a great time in your relationship, if you're married and you're watching this video and you're worried about what's going on within your relationship, there are trust issues going on, then this card really speaks about maybe looking to, you know, past situations, maybe, you know, family members, their relationships, maybe something's happened, you know, with your parents that's affected the way that you trust people at the moment and that type of thing. So that's a really good card. And if it doesn't refer to you in any way like that and you're happily married, or, you know, you're going to a wedding, then just enjoy yourself, I suppose. So that's the end of the reading, and I will see you sometime in the week, Capricorn, to start my weekly readings, angelic readings. So I'm going to be using my angel cards, my angel tarot cards from Doreen Virtue, to serve as a weekly guide, and this will be starting from the 1st of October and just running concurrently each week. So I'll see you then, and have a great day. Bye bye.